Hey YouTube. So over the weekend we had another shooting in our country. This time it happened in Kalamazoo. This Uber driver went on a shooting spree and killed 6 people. Just for whatever fucking reason, just snapped. I cannot begin to tell you how fucking fed up I am with the shootings in this country. 1, fellow Americans are losing their lives, and 2, it makes guns look bad. Okay, and guns don't kill people, people kill people. Okay? If guns kill people, then my shotgun would get up and shoot me right now. But guess what? It doesn't. It's just sitting there, empty. Now, we gotta do something here, YouTube, because I'm getting so fucking fed up with hearing about the shootings in our country. Okay? Now, a lot of people who have been through tragedies involving gun violence would love to see guns made illegal. But here's the thing. We tried making alcohol illegal. It didn't work. People still found a way to get it, and people still found a way to make their own. And then they made it legal again. And it would be the same exact thing with guns. If you made guns illegal in this country, people would still find a way to get it. It would be one more fucking law for a criminal to break, or people would make their own. Making guns illegal in this country would create an anarchy and an uproar. And it's against the Second Amendment rights of the Constitution, one of the few documents that founded this country. So there's got to be a better solution. And the solution is stricter gun control. If you have to wait an extra 4 days to like maybe 2 weeks just to get a firearm, so be it. You know what I'm saying? There's like 300 million Americans in this country, and about 1/4 of that population wants to own a firearm. Then there needs to be extensive background checks done, and just to make sure we don't give any crazy asshole a gun. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Because I'm at my fucking wit's end here, YouTube. I'm getting so fucking fed up with hearing about this shit. I'm tired of guns being made to look bad, and I'm tired of fellow Americans losing their lives because some idiot's having a bad fucking day. There are plenty of other more healthier and more sane ways to vent and get rid of your anger and frustration. Okay? If you're having a bad fucking day and you have a lot of anger pent up, you know what I'm saying? Go to the gym, get a fucking membership and work out. Or make a YouTube video and bitch and rant. Something. Okay? Because the 3 things that generally happen, the 3 things that generally happen when somebody commits a mass shooting: 1, the person doing the shooting either ends up getting shot by the police, killing themselves, or going to jail the rest of their lives. And out of those 3 options, none of them, I repeat, none of them sound appealing to me at all whatsoever. Okay? I mean, in the case of LrtG, for instance, before he pulled the mass shooting, before he did that stupid bullshit, you know, you saw his YouTube channel bitching about being socially awkward, women don't notice him, blah, 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 blah. I would have been like, hey man, join the fucking club, right? But I can almost guarantee you for sure that if LrtG would not, if he did not pull that mass shooting, and if he would have waited, okay, give or take a couple years or so, eventually he would have found a girlfriend. But this is what happens when society puts way too much pressure on something as simple as having a girlfriend. When society makes you feel like shit if you don't have a girlfriend. Fuck what society thinks. Do you, YouTube. On the for real, though. And if you don't have a girlfriend right now, don't stress it, okay? Instead of stressing being single, you take the time to personally work on yourself and your personal character. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you'll find somebody. You know what I'm saying? And if you spend the rest of your life and you haven't found anybody, so be it. You know, shit happens. But don't go taking out your frustration on somebody because of social expectations from society. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I found out when the whole thing popped off that Elliot Rogers was just another rich kid. He had all this money, all these nice cars, you know. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, wait, I'm not rich. I don't have nice cars. Yet I've had more sexual and female encounters with women more than he's ever had. How the fuck? Then I realized that money and cars don't buy you social class, YouTube. Watch out. Now, before Elliot Rogers pulled the mass shooting, I very much would have sympathized with him for having Asperger's and, you know what I'm saying, YouTube. I'd be like, dude, I feel bad for you, man. I know what you're going through. Like, for real. I may not be as rich as you, but, you know, I kind of get where you're coming from on the situation. But then, he pulls the fucking mass shooting that he pulled, and I lost all respect and all sympathy for that motherfucker. On the for real, though. Bitching because he's a virgin. Boo-hoo. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to a lot of people, but shit like this can happen, especially when society puts all this pressure on people to have girlfriends and to have sex. And when you're not having those things, society makes you feel like absolute shit. Society makes you feel like a fucking loser if you don't have somebody. And it's ridiculous. And it's bullshit. And again, fuck what society thinks. On the for real. Okay? Ugh. I'm at my fucking wit's end, you two. I'm sick and tired of it, man. I'm sick and tired of fellow Americans losing their lives in mass shootings. I'm sick and tired of guns, of guns being made to look bad because of this shit. Banning guns because of the mass shootings isn't going to work, because that's just one more law for a criminal to break. And if people can't buy guns off the streets, they'll learn how to make their own. So instead of banning guns, YouTube, we need stricter gun control. Now, of course, when Republicans and NRA gun enthusiasts alike hear the words gun control, they freak the fuck out. Okay, let's dial it back a notch and calm the fuck down. When we say gun control, we're not saying we're going to take your fucking guns away. We're saying that we don't want just any crazy fucking asshole walking out the door with a gun. Okay? I'll give you an example. Okay? When I bought my Stoger double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun, Sportsman's didn't just give it to me as soon as I handed them the cash for it. No. They made me wait at least 2 days to get it, and they made me fill out paperwork. They called the FBI to make sure I wasn't wanted. They called the Casper Police Department to make sure I didn't have anything on my record that would prevent me from owning a firearm. And once everything came through squeaky clean clear, they're like, alright, here's your gun in a box, have a nice day. I'm like, thanks, you too. And there's nothing I can do about the shootings, YouTube, except be a responsible gun owner and not do that. And believe me, I'll never, okay, never pull a shooting. Fuck that shit. One, it's not worth someone else's life. And two, it's not worth getting my gun taken away. And three, it's not worth me going to jail over some stupid shit. At the end of the fucking day, YouTube, I'm like, you know what? Bigger fucking fish to fry. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Fuck. The only thing I can do about mass shootings is bitch about them. And to anybody out there who's thinking about pulling one, don't. Please, don't. Okay? Find a constructive and healthy way to release your anger. You know, write your own music, play video games, go to the gym and work out. Create a YouTube channel and bitch about shit. 4 great options. 4 way better alternatives than doing that shit. Yeah, the shooter in Kalamazoo was a Uber driver. And in between picking up passengers, he went on a shooting spree, killing 6 people. 6 people, man. 6 fucking people. Who didn't do nothing to deserve it, man. Just regular people like the rest of us trying to live their lives, man. You know, there's times I'm at a loss for words, YouTube. I'm at a loss for words and how, you know what I'm saying, on how and why. You know, words cannot describe how pissed I am about this shit, you know. Just gun violence in general, you know. It's ridiculous. Innocent lives get taken and guns get to be made out to be the bad guy, and it's ridiculous, YouTube. And, you know, before LrtG pulls the mass shooting that he pulled, I would have sympathized with him a bit. You know, he complained about being socially awkward with women and never having sex and blah, 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 blah. And at one point, you know, before I actually got some pussy, I would have been like, you know what, dude? Sympathy, man. Join the club. You know what I'm saying? You have Asperger's and you're socially awkward around women. Join the fucking club. Okay? But then he went and pulled the mass shooting that he pulled, and I lost all respect and all sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? And I can almost guarantee you that if Elliot Rodgers hadn't pulled the mass shooting that he pulled, eventually he would have found a nice girl to settle down with, or at the very least, you know, start dating and what have you. But you see stories like his, and he had all this money, all these nice fancy ass cars, and it's like he still couldn't get a girlfriend. Like, wait a second. I don't have nice cars, I don't have a shit ton of money, and yet I've gotten more pussy than he's ever gotten. And it's just like, how? You know? And then come to think about it, I'm like, oh, I know why. Because money doesn't buy class. Straight up, YouTube. Not much more I can say on this issue, YouTube. Pretty much said what I had to say. Hashtag fuck gun violence. And as a gun owner, I support gun control. If a person has to wait 4 days to 2 weeks just to get their gun, so be it. I think if people have a longer waiting period for buying firearms, it might actually reduce mass shootings a bit. Well, anyway, this here is KingCobraJFS with another video. And I thank you all for watching. And have a wonderful evening.